Hello and welcome to the Previews. I'm your host Ben. What I said was, hello and welcome to the Previews. I'm your host Ben Kavanagh and this is episode 7. If you're a fan of superhero movies, then you may have seen DC's Justice League, which follows DC's biggest superheroes. Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash, Cyborg and Aquaman as they try and defeat Steppenwolf, the uncle of Darkseid. And if you're feeling a little bit confused, then don't worry, because this is exactly what it feels like to be a DC film fan right now. Over 10 years ago, Marvel decided that they would be starting a Marvel Cinematic Universe, and for better or worse, it has changed the cinema landscape forever, whilst also scaring DC and their owners, Warner Brothers. As around the same time they were halfway through Christopher Nolan's fantastic Batman trilogy with The Dark Knight. But by the time that Christian Bale had hung up his cape and cowl, Marvel had already united Earth's mightiest heroes in The Avengers, which smashed box office records and captivated an entire generation of superhero-loving kids. Herein lies what I believe to be the problems and traps that Justice League and the DC Extended Universe as a whole fall into. Everything has just been extremely rushed. So with the recent news that the Snyder Cut of the Justice League will be released, I wasn't filled with that much hope. Snyder left the project during post-production to be with his family due to the tragic loss of his daughter. The film was then finished off by prolific director of The Avengers, Joss Whedon. By the time that Justice League was released, we'd only seen 2 origin stories for just under half of the Justice League team, with Man of Steel for Superman and Wonder Woman's fantastic origin. I believe the introduction to the other half of the Justice League team in cameos in Batman vs Superman meant they were forced to sacrifice time within the Justice League film to familiarise us with the characters.
Relax, Alfred. I'll take it from here.
Do I know you?
I honestly would love to be proven wrong with Zack Snyder's cut of the film, but something tells me there's not enough footage on the cutting room floor to save these heroes. So Christopher Nolan has made films about dreams, amnesia, World War II, murder, amnesia, space, magicians, Batman, amnesia, and now it looks like he's diving into the deep end of his sci-fi love with time travel. We recently got the second trailer for his new film, Tenet. And with the strange promotion aside, by releasing the trailer in Fortnite, which is the last thing that I thought Christopher Nolan would agree to, we did get a better look at the characters and a little bit more of the story. From what I can gather from the trailer, John David Washington's character is being trained to prevent World War III with some new technology known as inversion. By the looks of it, inversion is the reversal of time, to be used to reverse wide-scale attacks to save lives. And that's almost as much information as we currently have. And I honestly believe that that's plenty.
Well, that from here.
Hasn't happened yet.
I think nowadays a lot of trailers give you too much of the plotline or a big twist or a reveal of a character. And I'm always of the mindset that less is more. Nolan is one of my favourite directors and Inception is one of my all-time favourite films. There's nothing I enjoy more than a film that constantly challenges you to figure out what's going on in each scene and how that's all going to add up to the end. I'm certain that Tenet will live up to Christopher Nolan's fantastic filmography and will have us scratching our heads throughout. This week we've taken some time off from narrative TV series for some relaxing, who cares if you missed 20 minutes TV. One of these shows is the hit US TV show, Holy Moly. The best way I can describe this show is, it's as if Takeshi's Castle had a baby with a crazy golf course, and then Stephen Curry of the NBA's Golden State Warriors was the executive producer and co-host of this weird TV baby hybrid. I honestly haven't laughed this hard in a while than I have at the infamous windmill hole.
She gets smacked and she goes down!
Last week I asked you guys for some suggestions of TV shows or films to watch, and Honey Wanahi got back to me with a new TV show on Netflix called Sweet Magnolias. Unfortunately I was a little bit late to reading her comment, so I've had my intern watch the show instead. And this is what my intern Bex had to say about the new show. Sweet Magnolias, a very pretty, somewhat calming show with an element of southern charm throughout. I think it's a slow burner as it follows the ups and downs of life for 3 best friends. I feel that the highs and lows are fairly muted, making everything less dramatic and maybe more true to life. Honestly, I'm not totally hooked, but good for a relaxing watch. 6 out of 10. Thanks intern Bex, I'll make sure you get a pay rise. In this week's films, we caught up on a Disney Pixar film that we shamefully haven't watched since coming out 3 years ago, but as we always are with Disney Pixar films, we were blown away by Coco. Following Miguel on his quest to become a musician after his family have banned music from their lives, set around the Mexican celebration Dia de los Muertos, Miguel runs away to borrow a guitar to perform in his local talent show, but accidentally ends up finding himself in the land of the dead.
What's going on? I'm just dreaming.
Do you mind?
Here he must gain his great-great-grandfather's blessing to return to the land of the living to lift the ban on music. As with all Disney Pixar films, their ability to communicate messages of loss, adventure and family values is second to none. They never dumb it down or condescend the audience, which is why it's perfect for adults and children alike. Coco is a truly compelling story about following your dreams whilst always looking out for your family. The songs, like most Disney films, are super catchy and in the right scene extremely moving. Coco is one of the best films I've seen in recent years, and Disney Pixar continue to be one of the most consistent studios out there in Hollywood. Last week's trivia question was, what percentage of the stunts performed in John Wick 2 did Keanu Reeves perform himself? And the answer was 95%. So well done to Honey Wanahi, who got the closest with 90%. This week's trivia question is, in the TV series Breaking Bad, how many times does Aaron Paul's character Jesse say the word bitch? Comment below with your answer and you'll be next week's shout out. And this week's snack of the week is popcorn, a cinema classic. But the popcorn here is so bad. It's just really bad. They just put butter on it and it's terrible. So you just cover ours in sugar. But it's not the best. Anyway. Next week's video theme will be sci-fi, so I'll be watching some TV series in the sci-fi realm and also some films. So if you've got any suggestions, then let me know. And please like and subscribe because I need the validation of others to live. Thank you. When the moon hits the eye like a big pizza pie at Zamore.